34 degrees right now and time for nonsense, and we're very blessed to welcome Sister Delores Gatliff to the program here this morning, former Provincial Superior Sisters of Notre Dame in Toledo, and right now at Christ the King. Good morning, Sister.
Good morning. How are you on this icy morning?
We are hanging in there, Sister, and we're celebrating the fact that it's getting a little warmer. Icy out there, but be careful, but the temperature is getting warmer. Sister, and you pointed this out, the readings lately have been talking about vocation, our call as Christians. And I want to ask you about your own vocation. What brought you into religious life?
Well, actually, it was the witness of the sisters I had as teachers. I was blessed to be at Sacred Heart Fremont, where the Sisters of Notre Dame taught. And there was already, I think, in 4th and 5th grade, something about their joy that attracted me. And I also knew I wanted, when I grew older, I wanted to do something in service to others. I used to, in junior high, already help with the migrants that were settling in Fremont. And I saw the sisters' life as serving others. And as I got to know them better, I began talking to them about that possibility. And I went to Notre Dame Academy for high school, where, again, I had a number of Sisters of Notre Dame as teachers. And during my younger years, I think our formation in religious life was all about first coming to know the person of Jesus. And when I reflect on these gospel stories that we've been hearing, that's exactly what they did. They followed immediately, but they spent 3 years coming to know Jesus before they were sent out. So that's what our formation was about, coming to know Christ. And then how can I use my gifts to carry Jesus to others? And I've had so many wonderful opportunities to do that over the years, as many of the listeners, I'm sure, have, in whatever vocation they've felt called to, married life, single life, or religious life, or priesthood.
Well, and your own calling came from access, right? From being near sisters and watching their witness. You yourself now are Christ the King. We've got various sisters scattered throughout our diocese. I would think that access for families, particularly families with young girls, young boys, encouraging vocations would be really important, just to spend time with the sisters who are in the parishes, with the priests who are in the parishes.
I agree with that totally. And we have sisters that specifically, that's their ministry, to do ministry to young adults so that they can be among young people. So because there are not as many sisters in the schools, they need to come to know us in order to even think, gosh, that could be a possibility for me. I'm just an ordinary person. Well, that's what I thought when I was young. In fact, some of my friends said, you're not the nun type. And I don't know what they meant by that, but they said, you love life, you like having fun, you go out with friends. And they didn't realize that in religious life, we're still human persons that enjoy life and enjoy having fun. But our motivation is this passion for Jesus, that we want others to come to know him so that they can have fullness of life.
And people see that joy and they feel that joy, and there's definitely a hunger out there. So, Sister, thank you for your call. Thank you.
You are welcome. Okay, have a blessed day.
Real quickly, Sister, I want to start a project with you. We'll get together on this. Invite a nun to dinner. I think invite a nun to dinner. Bring a nun to your house. Introduce your children to a sister. And my goodness, how many vocations would come from that? Particularly one like yourself, who's so gregarious and wonderful.
Yeah,
that's a great idea. Thank you.
All right, we'll get it started.
Okay.
Dave's house.
Thank
9
you,
o'clock.
Sister.
Take care.
Sister Delores Gatliff, thank you so much for nonsense. A lot happening at Christ the King. Just saw in the paper, was it yesterday or Sunday, that they've unveiled this stone base for the tabernacle.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And it's imported, and it's
the tabernacle is beautiful, by the way.
It is, and it's been brought back right to the center.
Yeah.
And Father Dave Nuss was talking about that, and the base is just beautiful that it sits on. It's very heavy.
I love it.
It's like a ton or so. I mean, it's very heavy.
Can't wait to see that. Hey, I wanted to say real quickly, circling back around to Sister Delores. I'm not kidding. So I was a youth director many years ago in a Catholic church in Birmingham, Alabama. I sent out a little postcard inviting myself to everyone's house for dinner. Mm-hmm. It was an invitation. I invite myself to your house for dinner. And I went to a lot of people's houses for dinner, and that really turned a lot of young kids into coming into youth group just because of access. And I think it's good. We ought to start this. Invite a nun to dinner.
I love that.
And I think just to be aware, our nuns and our priests are available to come to your house for dinner. Those are wonderful connections. You go and invite them. You have to work with their schedule. Mm-hmm. But I would think many of them would be open to coming and spending time with your family, particularly family with children, school-age children.
That's right. And dinner time is pretty universal for everyone.
Yeah.
So you can find a common time. Great idea, Dave.
I do that sometimes, and whenever I do, the priest says, "Is anybody else coming? Can I bring some people?"
There you go.
Yeah.
Morning offering continues. Father Matt Frisbee coming up with a sports roundup.